What's up, girls and boys? We are live. Smitty and I were just talking about how annoyed we were that we did the punt down on pitching, got just Brown and Waldron just absolutely deliver. And unless you just had all that Rockies, really Cleveland stack, you weren't getting there. So that was kind of sad. I even had some Yankees. It annoys me when I punt pitching and they both crush, and then Atlanta just did nothing. Atlanta's actually on my list now. I'm not going there until we see him start doing some stuff. If I lose, I lose.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I had a lot of good lineups sitting with Yankee stacks. I was feeling pretty good, and they didn't do anything. So,
yeah, the Yankees didn't do anything either. And then I play Seager as my one-off at short. So it just makes me even more mad, right? That I had a great one-off. Yeah. So it was slightly disappointing, but on to today. All right. Well, let's go pitch. My pitching pool is kind of small like yesterday. I mean, it's a little smaller slate, but I'm pretty simple today. I think you got to pay up if you're going to go at pitching. And, and the cheapest you're going to get is in the eights. I have one other spot I'm thinking about punting to, but, I like Gil versus, the Angels, but I also want that other side. That's a game I want exposure, right? Because we know if Gil isn't hitting the plate, he's in trouble, and the Angels have continued to hit. So where are you gonna land on Gil in the field?
Right now, I'm about right with the field on Gil. I think he has the upside, but he also has some downside. So I kind of just want to mitigate some of that risk.
Yeah, same. I kind of I'm going to play him in 3 max. I want both sides, right? Just give me exposure to that game. Now, here is the important question of the day. Smitty, if I told you at the beginning of this month, come the end of May, you would be interested in playing a $9,600 Seth Lugo, would you have thought I was out of my mind?
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess what? It's the end of May, and I'm probably going to play a $9,600 Seth Lugo. That's where we're at in the Major League season so far.
Yeah, right now I'm about 3x the field on Lugo. Hopefully come down a little bit on that, but that was my early build.
Yeah, I like the matchup. He's not going to walk a lot of guys, and he's got K upside versus this Twins lineup. So here we are. Shota's the most expensive pitcher on the slate. He should be. We saw what Ben Brown did to him yesterday. If the Cy Young got voted, I wrote my article today, right? If the Cy Young were today, Shota'd win. His ownership's come down. It's less than 30%. I'm willing to pay up for Shota today.
Yeah, I think he looks pretty good. I'm under the field right now, but I think that's just because I was getting a more Lugo over the field on a few other pitchers, but that'll probably come back up closer to lock.
Yeah, so I'm going to go there. And then the Houston-Seattle game, Hunter did it for us last night. I'm going to go to Old Man Verlander today, too. He'll be in my mix for 3 max. There's no reason not to versus the Mariners. I like that side. I'm not going to Kirby, which means he'll probably crush. But I'm just not going there. He's been too up and down for me. He's been fantastic. Houston just doesn't care enough for me today against Kirby's type of stuff. And I get he's only $8,500, but the one caveat I'll have, if he drops sub 10%. And Houston goes up in, batting ownership, I will look at it. I will consider him. But I don't think Houston bats are going to go up in ownership today.
Yeah, I don't either. Right now, I don't have any Kirby. I do like Verlander, though. It's just hard to pass up the matchup against Seattle.
Yeah, right. I mean, we saw, right, like we said last night, right? We got the good version of Brown. We got the Ks. Here's the one I'm interested in, and it's a personal thing for me. If I was playing, even at 20 max, I'd probably at least get a lineup. Where are you going to land on Manoah? You think he's got it figured out?
I don't know about figured out, but I have him. I have 17% of him right now. So
For those, if you're not watching us, that was I literally gave me the shivers. So I just can't go there. I feel like anytime like we're just going to get him to revert to who he was.
yeah.
But maybe he's got to figure it out again. Maybe we got 22 Manoah again, and his price will go up. KC's been hitting too well. I'm not going to really go there on Ober, even though I don't hate his projection. And I'll talk about why. The one other spot I like, just because, like, if I'm going to punt today, the one spot for me is Logan Allen. I get there in cores and all that, but man, those lineups, Colorado keeps trotting out here. They're not pretty. Go look at that K rate of that lineup they threw out today. Like, oof, Logan's, while he's not going to crush it, is, at his price, give me 6 to 8 Ks and keep him below 2 runs, and I'd be really happy.
Yeah. McKenzie, he's a worse pitcher, and he had 7 to 8 strikeouts last night. He just got killed, though.
Yeah.
I like that.
So that's where, I think Allen has a little better control. And I don't want any of the rest of the barrel at the bottom. Like, well, I can pass on that. Some interesting lineups today for me too. We just got Milwaukee's lineup. So let's get an update. Like I said, I'm not going back to Atlanta, which means we'll also get flop lag against Mackenzie Gore today. And they'll probably just, score 15 runs since I'm not going to play him today. But I got to see him start hitting first. They did what I expected. They put Ozzy at the top of the lineup. They moved Harris down because of the lefty. And they're not getting to platoon because they don't have, without Acuna, they lost their platoon outfielder. Schwellenbach's throwing for Atlanta today. I don't hate, a little Washington exposure. They continue to hit. Where are you going to land field-wise for them?
I'll have a little bit of Washington just going against a pitcher that just came up from AA, but overall he looks like a pretty solid pitcher, so it's not someone I'm dying to target. His command's good. And then
there's some nice, they're cheap. That's what I like about them.
Yeah. Abrams, he's still not 6K, so I like going there.
Yeah. I like Gallo today. We'll talk about Joey later. We found out some news on him earlier. I don't hate the Royals today. I'm not in love with them, but I don't hate them. It's that game's 7.5. So I'm kind of indifferent. Like I said, I like the Lugo side of the Royals Twins game today.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I don't really get why the Royals have such a low total, but Ober's a pretty good pitcher, so it's not really either pitcher I'm looking to target.
Yep. I imagine, this is my guess, you're going to land over the field on the Jays versus Chris. I can't do much flexing.
Probably. They're just too cheap. That's the issue with them. Like Bichette's still 4,300. Leadoff Schneider's 4,400. It's just pretty easy to fit them in a 5-man.
Yeah, I mean Springer's only 3,900 because he hasn't hit. And Flexen, go look at Flexen's splits. It's just the crazy part. He's been worse against righties than he has against lefties. That's how bad he's been. His righties are killing him. And I'm just that Sox lineup is oof. I'm not going to go there. I do like me some Cubbies today. I'm interested to see the lineup they put out versus Bryce Wilson. I'm gonna probably go after their lefty bats, right? I'm gonna go after Bush and Belly, and I'll have Happ, and I'm interested to see what lineup they throw in there. But I like it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Mainly just the lefties. If you're full stacking, I don't mind getting like Morel or Horner in there.
Yeah, I'm interested if they keep Suzuki at the top of the lineup. We haven't got their lineup yet. I'm not going to the Brewers today. Again, I like Shota. Shota's just been literally unbelievable against everybody's face this year. He has been fantastic. I get the Brewers have been scorched earth hot, but some of their matchups, especially that second half of that lineup, I think Shota should be able to mow them down pretty easy.
Yeah, even if Shota gets blown up, I don't really think it's going to be a team that you have to have.
Yeah, I'm not there. We got an 11 total in Colorado tonight. Like I said, we just got the Rockies lineup. Like, there's a good chance Logan makes my single entry. And again, it's Colorado. We saw what they did last night. They could easily do it again. You know, I just hate playing chalky cores. You know, because we really got a pretty condensed ownership right now on stacks, right? We got Yankees, Blue Jays, Guardians, Rockies. Like, that's kind of like where everybody's landing. And I probably want to get a little different somewhere.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough slate because of that, but I like Hunter Goodman for the Rockies. After that, the Rockies look all right, but I do want to get some exposure to the Guardians against Ty Block. The Rockies bullpen is just so bad.
Yeah, and I mean, and if I agree, if I'm going there, I'm actually going bottom. I like going Bouchard, Goodman. If I'm going to go to Colorado, and I like, again, mix in some exposure there. I really, Cleveland, who I play is going to depend on who they start, right? I mean, we know they're going to throw out all their righties. They're pretty good at that, and I don't want to get pinch hit for. I'm probably going to go back and eat my Yankees chalk again tonight in the Yankees Angels game. Like, again, 70 degrees, wind's blowing out a little bit. Tyler Anderson has not been good this season. We got old Tyler Anderson. Give me those righty bats and I'll mix it in Soto and probably try to figure it out.
Yeah. When I built earlier, the Yankees were my highest exposed stack, and it'll probably stay that way.
Yeah, I don't see myself not going there. Oh, we just got the Cubs lineup. Yeah, they threw out what I expected for the most part. They moved Bush is a little lower than I expected to be. He's hitting 7th. But right, they got Talkman up front with Suzuki Belly. So yeah, I like going to the Cubs for some of that leverage there. And on the Angels side, going back to that again, just kill it ownership. Give me some exposure, to some of the bats. Just because they've been so hot. And Gil can blow it up at any time. So, and then that last game, I don't want access to any of the bats. Like, Houston doesn't excite me, and I think Verlander's just gonna mow down Seattle like everybody else has.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't mind like a Luke Rayleigh or Canzone one-off, but other than that, I'm pretty much avoiding that game.
Yeah, I mean the over under 7 in that game, guys. Like, that's the only game on the slate at 7. There's two. The Cubs Brewers are 7.5. Royals Twins are 7.5. But that game's down at 7. So like, I don't want hitters from a game that's down that low. And one thing I did notice in Colorado is juiced at 11. It's juiced into the over now. We're seeing money movement go that way, kind of some sharp money. So probably try to get some exposure there. But again, tight slate. And I'm going to keep my pool pretty tight, and hopefully I can stack some hitting with my pitching today.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, who you got for your moonshot tonight, Smitty?
I'm targeting Chris Flexen. I'm going with Dalton Varsho today.
All right, I like it. Well, for those who haven't seen the news, right, Dove Kleiman's account came out and reported that it was Mark Davis that had got that girl that sat next to him 2 years ago pregnant, and that 70-year-old baby was his. Meanwhile, we've seen reports today that it came out. TMZ reported that it's Joey Gallows. So we know he can at least hit something. And so we're going to take him to hit a moonshot today, right? You got breaking news that TMZ has allegedly reported that he's the father. So let's see if it's true. If it is, we can get dad, the dude soon to be dad, a home run against young Sellenbach coming up from AA. Cool. All right. Well, if you guys got anything, we'll see you all on Discord, and let's go make some money today.